Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us here at Daily Daven. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. As the prophet Isaiah has said, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. From page 2 of the Siddur, we are called unto life, destiny uncertain. Yet we offer thanks for what we know, for health and healing, for labor and repose, for renewal of beauty in earth and sky, for that blend of human, holy, which inspires compassion, and for hope, eternal, promising light. For life, for health, for hope, for beautiful, bountiful blessing, all praise to the source of being. On page 6, blessed are you, eternal, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose understanding changes times and seasons, and who arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzavaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign over us into eternity. Baruch Atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who brings on evening. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, b'shoch beinu v'kumenu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam voed. Ki heim chayeinu, v'orech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'laylam. V'ahavatecha al tasir mimenu leolamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malachuto Leolam Vaed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kishartam la'ot al yadecha v'hayu latotafot beinenecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visha arecha. The Eternal One said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelite people and instruct them to make for themselves fringes on the corners of their garments throughout the ages. Let them attach a cord of blue to the fringe at each corner. That shall be your fringe. Look at it and recall all God's commandments and observe them, so that you do not follow your heart and eyes in your lustful urge. Lama'an tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am your eternal God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God. Adonai Elohechem Emet." On page 17 in the Siddur, this prior to the singing of Micha Mocha, a very old song aroused me into life when it drove away my low spirits with its royal language. A song of a generation silenced from the days of old aroused me into life. Mi chamocha boilim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar bakodesh, no ratihilot, o sefele, no ratihilot, o sefele, yabam ba bim bim bam, yababa ba bim bam, yabba ba bim bim bam, yababa ba bim bam, ya da 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 da, yababa ba bim bam, ya da 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 da, yabba ba bim bam. Malachutecha rauvanecha bokayam livnei Moshe u'Miriam ze'eli anu v'yameru Adonai yimeloch le'olam voed v'nemar kifat Adonai et Yaakov u'go'alo mi'ad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisroel. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'ha'amidenu malkeinu l'chayim u'feros aleinu sukat shalomecha v'takanenu be'etzat tova milefanecha, v'hoshienu l'ma'an shemecha. Give us a place to rest, eternal our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you our true protection and safety, and in your presence our acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai shomer amo Yisrael la'ad. We now turn forward, and tonight we'll be reciting the Me'en Shmona Esrei, the abbreviated or abridged version of the blessings, continuing on page 103. My heart is stirred by a noble theme, Show me the path of life. Havinenu Adonai Eloheinu l'da'at derachecha, umolet levavenu l'riatecha, v'tislach lanu lihiyot ge'ulim v'rachakenu mimacha'ov, v'dashnenu binaot artsecha unefutzotenu, me'arba kanafot ha'aretz tekabetz, v'hatoim al da'atecha ishafetu, v'al hareshaim tanif yadecha, v'yismachu tzadikim b'vinyani recha, uv'smichat keren yeshuatecha, terem nikra ta'aneh, baruch ata Adonai shomea tefillah. Give us insight, eternal God, to understand your ways, and consecrate our hearts to revere you. From our sins redeem us with forgiveness, from pain and sorrow keep us far. Bestow upon us your earth's abundance, and gather our exiles from earth's four corners. To those who stray, bring correction. Upon the lawless place your hand. Let the righteous rejoice in the building of your city and the flowering of your redemption. Before we call comes your reply. Blessed is the Eternal One who hearkens to prayer. Oh, says Shalom Bimromah, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru, Amen. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Before we conclude tonight, I want to share with you a few divrei Torah, a few words of Torah, and tonight have a little bit of fun with gematria. We're going to use the numerical equivalents to the Hebrew letters and see what sort of trouble we can get up to. And this particular learning comes based upon the Rashi to chapter 12 of Genesis, Lech Lecha, in which God promises Abraham in this week's Sidra to make his name great. Rashi says this is why we say the God of Yaakov in our prayers, and asks why is the God of Yaakov used. And the Gemara, the Talmud there says, Avraham can never be called Avram, whereas Yaakov, even after his name was changed to Yisrael, can still be referred to as Yaakov. Right? So Abraham's name was changed from Avram. We don't use that name anymore. We use Avraham. So why don't we use Yaakov too? And this is how it's explained in the Gematria. It says there are 13 letters in the names of our three ancestral fathers. Avraham has 5 Hebrew letters. Now, we're not looking at the English, but rather at the Hebrew. Yitzchak and Yaakov, that is Isaac and Jacob, each have 4 Hebrew letters, totaling 13. When we say Elohei Avraham, the God of Abraham, and if we would also say the God of Yisrael instead of Yaakov, it would add up to more than 13. So 13 is our magic number here, don't forget. The Hebrew letters in the names of our 4 mothers in Gematria, and check this out. Sarah has 3, Rivka has 4, Rachel has 3, and Leah also 3. And if you're doing your maths at home, you'll know that that is also equivalent to 13. Now, hang in there. In Hebrew, the word echad, which appears at the end of our Shema Yisrael, also, and not surprisingly to you, adds up numerically to the number 13. The Aleph is 1, the Chet in the middle is 8, and the Dalet is 4, 13. Symbolically, this shows that each one of our mothers and fathers in Israel are supposed to teach about the Echad, that is the one, the oneness of God. A B'nai Mitzvah child at the age of 13 also become part of the symbol of Echad. And that child starts on the road to fulfilling the mitzvot and must spell out the oneness of God in that child's daily life. Now, if we add the 13 of our ancestral fathers and the 13 of our foremothers, we have the numerical value totaling 26. And wouldn't you know it? The name of God, Yud-He Vav-He, Yud being 10, He 5, Vav 6, and He 5, also adds up to, you guessed it, 26. And so we spell out godliness through our fathers and mothers. Reminds us that we all have important roles to play in setting an example to those we meet all the day long. We continue with Aleinu on page 586. Please be reminded that if you're on the Zoom, I'd love it if you could stay a few minutes to talk with me about the future of our daily Daven. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishbechot ha'adama, shelo samach elkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Eternal God, we face tomorrow with hope made stronger by the vision of your realm, a world where poverty and war are banished, where injustice and hate are gone. Teach us more and more to share the pain of others, to heed your call for justice, to pursue the blessing of peace. Help us, O God, to gain victory over evil, to bring nearer the day when all the world shall truly be one. In memoriam, Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, B'almad divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayei echonu v'yom echonu v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen, Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulamei alamaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudisha brichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen, Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, b'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Yehiyu, Yehiyu, Yehiyu l'ratzon, Yehiyu, Yehiyu l'ratzon tamid. Good night to all those watching at home.